It's a conversation I have with many men as they get a little older sometimes, starting in their 60s, sometimes a bit later, sometimes earlier, to be honest. It's about things feeling like they aren't quite working like they used to, not just energy levels, or needing a little more time to recover, but specifically down there. It's something that can feel really isolating, right? Like you're the only one dealing with this change or that. It's just an inevitable part of getting older that you have to accept and perhaps feel a little less confident or vibrant because of it. And in my work, seeing men sometimes for serious surgical needs, or sometimes just for consultations about these kinds of challenges, I see the worry, the frustration, and sometimes the deep sadness this can cause. It affects not just physical intimacy, but how a man feels about himself, his sense of vitality and connection. But what if I told you that while some changes are indeed natural with age, there are simple daily habits that can make a profound difference, not just in one specific area, but in your overall health, and yes, even in that sensitive area we're talking about. I've had the privilege of working with patients across the lifespan, and one who particularly stands out is a gentleman who is now 90 years old. When I first met him years ago, he was dealing with some age-related issues like many men his age, but what struck me wasn't just his remarkable physical health for his age, it was his incredible vitality, his energy, and honestly, the way he spoke openly and positively about his life, including his intimate life, which was thriving. I was curious naturally about his secrets, about how he maintained such a high quality of life and such robust health into his 9th decade. It wasn't some complicated medical procedure or expensive therapy. It was a series of simple, consistent daily rituals, things he had been doing for years. These aren't quick fixes, but they are foundational habits that support the body's natural ability to function optimally. In this video, I want to share some of these powerful yet simple habits that my 90-year-old patient practices, habits that contribute not just to better blood flow and function, but to overall well-being, energy, and a vibrant life at any age. Stick around because what he does and the reasons behind it might surprise you and could truly change how you think about aging and vitality. Let's start with the first cornerstone of his daily ritual, something that might sound incredibly simple, but which he approaches with remarkable consistency and intention. It's movement, specifically a particular type of movement that he integrates into his morning routine without fail. Now you might be thinking, okay, exercise is important, I know that, but he doesn't just go for a generic walk or hit the gym, though he is active in other ways throughout the day. His morning ritual involves a dedicated session focused purely on improving circulation and flexibility, and he does it first thing, often even before breakfast. He starts with a series of dynamic stretches, holding each stretch for a comfortable amount of time, feeling the movement through his body, not just passively stretching but actively engaging his muscles. He focuses on opening up his hips, his lower back, and his core areas that are absolutely crucial for good blood flow to the pelvic region. He talks about feeling the energy start to move through him as he does this, like waking up the channels in his body. After the stretching, he moves into what he calls his flow, which is a series of gentle rhythmic movements inspired by things like Tai Chi or Qigong, but adapted over the years to suit his own body and preferences. It's not strenuous cardiovascular exercise, though he does that too, later in the day sometimes. This morning flow is about smooth, continuous motion, coordinating breath with movement. He might do gentle swings of his arm circles with his hips, controlled leg raises, and movements that involve twisting and bending the spine gently. The key he emphasizes is the mindfulness of the movement. He's not rushing, he's not distracted. He's paying attention to how his body feels, where he might feel tightness or resistance, and gently working through it. He focuses on his breath, taking deep, slow inhales and exhales throughout the entire sequence. This combination of focused stretching and mindful flow has several profound benefits, especially relevant to the topic we're discussing. First and foremost, it significantly improves circulation. As we age, our blood vessels can become less elastic, and circulation can become less efficient. This is a major factor in many age-related health issues, including erectile difficulties, which are often fundamentally a problem of blood flow. By engaging in these gentle dynamic movements, my patient is actively promoting blood flow throughout his entire body, including those critical areas in the pelvis. Think of it like gently pumping blood through pathways that might otherwise become sluggish. The dynamic stretching helps warm up the muscles and prepare the vessels for better flow, while the continuous flowing movements keep the blood moving smoothly. Secondly, this ritual dramatically improves flexibility and mobility. Stiffness and reduced range of motion in the hips and lower back are common as we get older, and this can restrict blood flow and nerve function to the pelvic area. By consistently working on these areas, my patient maintains a remarkable degree of flexibility for his age, which supports healthy circulation and reduces physical restrictions that could impede function. He says it's like keeping the pipes clear and flexible, allowing everything to move as it should. Thirdly, the mindful aspect of this practice, the focus on breath and body awareness, is incredibly beneficial for stress reduction. Stress, whether physical or mental, is a huge detriment to overall health, including sexual health. Chronic stress elevates cortisol levels, which can negatively impact hormone balance and constrict blood vessels, further hindering blood flow. His morning ritual is a form of active meditation, a way to start the day calm, centered, and present. This helps to lower stress levels right from the beginning of the day, setting a positive tone and supporting the body's ability to relax and function properly. He sees it as clearing not just physical blockages, but mental and emotional clutter that can accumulate. He spends a good 30 to 45 minutes on this morning movement ritual every single day without fail. Rain or shine, feeling tired or energetic, he adapts it slightly if needed, but the core practice remains. He says it's non-negotiable because he feels the difference so profoundly throughout the day. He feels more energized, more centered, and physically more open and ready for whatever the day brings. He believes this consistent practice of promoting circulation, improving flexibility, and managing stress through mindful movement is one of the absolute key pillars of his continued vitality. It's not about pushing himself to exhaustion, it's about gentle, consistent care for his physical self, ensuring that the pathways for energy and blood flow remain open and clear. It's a testament to the power of simple, consistent habits practiced with intention. Now that we've discussed the importance of his morning movement ritual for circulation, flexibility, and stress, let's move on to another crucial part of his daily life, his relationship with nourishment. Moving on from his morning movement ritual, my patient places a huge emphasis on what he puts into his body and when he does it. It's not about dieting or restricting himself unnecessarily, but rather about conscious, consistent nourishment that supports his body's functions, especially blood flow and overall cellular health. One of the things he's very particular about is his hydration, and specifically a certain type of drink he has every single morning after his movement practice, but before anything else. It's a simple mixture, but he swears by its benefits for flushing his system and preparing his body for the day. He drinks a large glass of warm water with the juice of half a lemon and a small amount of ginger grated fresh into the water. He says he started doing this decades ago after reading about the benefits of lemon and ginger for digestion and circulation, and it just became a habit he never stopped. He explains that the warm water helps to stimulate the digestive system and promote bowel regularity, which is important for overall well-being and reducing inflammation. The lemon, he points out, provides vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect cells from damage and supports the immune system. More importantly for our discussion here, vitamin C plays a role in the production of collagen, which is a key component of healthy blood vessels. Keeping blood vessel walls strong and flexible is absolutely vital for efficient blood flow everywhere in the body. The ginger, he adds, is known for its anti-inflammatory properties and its ability to improve circulation. Studies have shown that ginger can help to relax blood vessels and promote healthy blood flow, which again is directly relevant to supporting erectile function. He describes this morning drink as his internal shower, saying it cleanses him, prepares his body for receiving nutrients from food, and gives him a gentle energy boost without any jitters. It's a small habit, but one he believes has a cumulative positive effect over time, supporting his vascular health from the inside out. Beyond this morning ritual, his overall dietary pattern is centered around whole, unprocessed foods. He eats plenty of fruits and vegetables, focusing on a wide variety of colors to ensure he gets a broad spectrum of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. He includes lean protein sources like fish, especially fatty fish, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to improve heart health and circulation. He also incorporates healthy fats from sources like avocados, nuts, and olive oil. He's mindful of limiting processed sugars, excessive salt, and unhealthy saturated and trans fats, which can all contribute to inflammation and damage to blood vessels over time. However, it's not just about what he eats, but also how he eats. He practices mindful eating, paying attention to his body's hunger and fullness cues. He eats at regular times, which helps regulate his metabolism and energy levels. He doesn't skip meals, and he makes sure his meals are balanced, containing a good mix of protein-healthy fats and complex carbohydrates. He says that properly fueling his body consistently ensures that all systems, including the circulatory system, have the resources they need to function optimally. He avoids eating too late at night, allowing his digestive system to rest before sleep, which he believes also contributes to better overall health and energy levels the next day. He views food as medicine, as fuel, and as pleasure, but always with an awareness of how it impacts his body. This conscious approach to hydration and nutrition, particularly focusing on elements that support circulation and reduce inflammation, is another pillar of his daily ritual that he attributes to his continued vitality and function. It highlights that supporting blood flow isn't just about external actions, but also about providing the right building blocks from within. He feels that this combination of internal cleansing with the lemon ginger water and consistent healthy eating creates an environment where his body can thrive, including those functions that are particularly sensitive to overall vascular health. It's a holistic approach, treating his body as a connected system where every part supports the others. Now, let's delve into another area that he pays significant attention to, which might be surprising, but makes perfect sense when you understand its impact on overall health and energy. Continuing with the principles that guide my 90-year-old patient's daily life, let's talk about something that is often overlooked in the context of physical health, particularly male vitality, but is absolutely critical. And that is managing stress and prioritizing mental well-being. You see, chronic stress doesn't just make you feel anxious or irritable. It has very real physiological effects on the body. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol, which over time can damage blood vessels, increase blood pressure, and negatively impact hormone production, including testosterone. All of these factors can directly interfere with blood flow and contribute to erectile difficulties. My patient understands this intrinsically and has built simple yet effective practices into his day to mitigate stress and promote mental calm. One of his key strategies is spending time in nature every single day. He has a small garden that he tends to, and even in inclement weather, he makes sure to step outside and just breathe the fresh air for a few minutes. He says being outdoors connecting with the natural world has a grounding effect on him, helping to put daily worries into perspective. He might simply sit on a bench and observe the birds or tend to his plants, feeling the soil in his hands. This simple act of connecting with nature, even for a short period, triggers a relaxation response in the body, lowering stress hormones and promoting a sense of peace. It's a deliberate pause in his day dedicated to mental and emotional recalibration. Another crucial element is his social connection. While he values his independence, he makes a conscious effort to stay connected with friends and family. He believes that loneliness and isolation are significant stressors, particularly as people age. He has regular phone calls with his children and grandchildren. He meets up with friends for coffee or a walk, and he participates in activities in his community. These social interactions provide emotional support, a sense of belonging, and opportunities for laughter and shared experiences, all of which are powerful antidotes to stress. He says that having people to talk to share his day with, keeps his mind sharp and his spirit lifted. He sees these connections as vital nourishment for his emotional well-being, which in turn supports his physical health. Furthermore, he incorporates simple relaxation techniques into his day. Beyond the mindful movement in the morning, he might spend a few minutes quietly reading, listening to soothing music, or simply sitting in silence, taking deep breaths. He doesn't call it formal meditation, but it serves a similar purpose, allowing his mind and body to unwind. He recognizes when he's starting to feel overwhelmed or tense, and he proactively uses these techniques to bring himself back to a state of calm. This ability to self-regulate his stress response is incredibly powerful and contributes significantly to his overall health and vitality. He also places a high value on getting sufficient restorative sleep. He aims for 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep each night and maintains a consistent sleep schedule even on weekends. He understands that sleep is when the body repairs and regenerates itself, including the blood vessels and hormonal systems. Poor sleep, on the other hand, can exacerbate stress, increase inflammation, and negatively impact overall function. He has a relaxing bedtime routine, which includes winding down away from screens, avoiding heavy meals or caffeine in the evening, and ensuring his bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. He sees sleep not as a luxury, but as a fundamental necessity for maintaining his health and energy levels. This dedication to managing stress, nurturing social connections, practicing relaxation, and prioritizing sleep forms the mental and emotional foundation of his daily ritual, supporting his physical efforts and contributing significantly to his overall robust health, and yes, his continued vitality. It reinforces the idea that the mind and body are deeply interconnected, and caring for one supports the other. Next, we'll look at perhaps the most specific aspect of his routine, something he incorporates into his diet that he believes has a particularly strong impact on circulation and function. So, to recap a little, we've talked about the foundational importance of his morning movement ritual for circulation and flexibility, his conscious approach to hydration starting with that warm lemon and ginger water, and his focus on whole foods and mindful eating for internal support, and the crucial role of stress management, social connection, relaxation, and restorative sleep for overall well-being. While these are all incredibly powerful habits on their own, my 90-year-old patient combines them synergistically, creating a daily routine that supports his health from multiple angles. He doesn't see these as separate actions, but as interconnected parts of a lifestyle that prioritizes vitality. He also incorporates a few specific foods and nutrients into his diet that he believes have a direct positive impact on his circulation and energy. We already touched on omega-3s from fish and the benefits of ginger and lemon, but he's also a big proponent of foods rich in nitric oxide precursors. Now that sounds a bit technical, but it's actually quite simple. Nitric oxide is a molecule that helps blood vessels relax and widen, which is essential for good blood flow everywhere in the body, including to the penis. Foods like beetroot, spinach, arugula, and other leafy greens are excellent sources of nitrates, which the body can convert into nitric oxide. He tries to include some form of leafy greens in most of his meals, and he occasionally drinks beetroot juice, which is particularly potent. He says he feels a noticeable difference in his energy levels and overall circulation when he consistently includes these foods. He also makes sure to get enough L-arginine and L-citrulline, which are amino acids that also play a role in nitric oxide production. These can be found in foods like nuts, seeds, watermelon, and meat, though he primarily focuses on plant-based sources like nuts and seeds as snacks or added to his meals. Another thing he is very consistent with is his intake of antioxidants beyond vitamin C. He eats a lot of berries, like blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries, which are packed with antioxidants that help protect blood vessels from damage. He also enjoys dark chocolate in moderation, recognizing its antioxidant properties and potential benefits for circulation. He sees these specific dietary choices as targeted support for his vascular system, adding an extra layer of benefit on top of his already healthy eating pattern. He also talks about the importance of routine and consistency. These aren't things he does sporadically, they are deeply ingrained habits. He wakes up around the same time each day, does his morning movement ritual, drinks his lemon ginger water, has his breakfast, then moves into other activities. This predictable structure reduces decision fatigue and ensures that these health-supporting practices actually happen day in and day out. He says that the power isn't in doing something extreme once in a while, but in doing simple, beneficial things consistently over a long period. It's the cumulative effect that makes the difference. And perhaps the most surprising element of his approach isn't a specific habit or food, but his mindset. He approaches aging with a sense of curiosity and acceptance rather than fear or resistance. He focuses on what he can do rather than what he can't. He remains actively engaged with life, pursuing his hobbies, learning new things, and contributing to his community. This positive outlook and active engagement likely have a significant impact on his stress levels, hormone balance, and overall physical health. He believes that staying mentally active and having a purpose are just as important for vitality as physical health. He doesn't dwell on past limitations or worry excessively about the future. He lives in the present, focusing on making the most of each day and maintaining the simple habits that he knows support his well-being. So looking at his daily ritual, it's not a single magic bullet. It's a combination of mindful movement focused on circulation and flexibility, conscious hydration and nutrition emphasizing whole foods and specific circulation boosting nutrients, dedicated stress management through nature, social connection and relaxation, prioritizing restorative sleep and maintaining a consistent routine with a positive and engaged mindset. It's a holistic approach to living a vibrant life. Remember, making big changes overnight is often difficult and unsustainable. The beauty of my 90-year-old patient's approach is its simplicity and consistency. These are not extreme measures, but achievable daily habits that build upon each other. Start small, pick one or two of these areas that resonate with you and see if you can incorporate a simple version into your own day. Maybe it's just 5 minutes of gentle stretching in the morning, or adding a handful of spinach to one of your meals, or making a conscious effort to take a few deep breaths when you feel stressed. Small, consistent steps really can lead to significant improvements over time. It's inspiring to see someone living so fully and vibrantly at 90, and it reminds us that aging doesn't have to mean a decline in vitality or quality of life, including those aspects that are often considered sensitive or taboo to discuss. By focusing on the fundamentals of health supporting circulation, managing stress, nourishing the body, and maintaining a positive mindset, we can all take steps towards living our best lives at every age. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are some of the daily habits that you feel have made a positive difference in your own health and vitality? Share your experiences or questions in the comments below. Your insights might help others in this community, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It really helps the channel reach more people who might benefit from this information. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos where we'll explore more ways to live a healthy, active, and fulfilling life as we get older. Remember, you have more control over your health and vitality than you might think. Start with these simple steps and see the difference they can make. Live your best life at every age.